Good evening and welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting for the town of Rockland for Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Please direct your attention to Selectman Larry Ryan for the Pledge of Allegiance. Larry, do the honors.
Yeah, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Good evening and welcome. Please be advised that this open meeting is being broadcast live and recorded by WRPS for playback on Comcast Channel 14 and Verizon Channel 31. It is also available live online at www.wrpsrockland.com/TV or public access full screen and within 24 hours via video on demand at www.youtube.com/WRPSRockland. Please go to www.wrpsrockland.com for further information. First on the agenda, community announcements, healthcare worker of the week. Doug is bringing his son back to school, so standing in for the town administrator is the assistant town administrator, Jen Constable. Jen?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Unfortunately, this week we do not have a nominee for Healthcare Worker of the Week, so I'd just like to take the opportunity to express our gratitude and acknowledge all the healthcare workers of the town of Rockland for all their hard work, particularly through the past 10 months or so of the pandemic.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, nomination papers available in town clerk's office beginning 1/6/21. Jen, anything on that?
Yep, so just quickly, as you stated, nomination papers for town elections are available tomorrow, beginning tomorrow in the town clerk's office by appointment only. Town elections are scheduled for April 10th. Nomination papers will be available until February, to be picked up until February 18th, and they are due no later than 5 p.m. on February 22nd. Again, for pickup or drop off of nomination papers, that's by appointment, and the clerk's office could be reached at 781-871-1874, extension 1002.
Jen, can you do me a favor? Could you pass it along to the clerk's office? I know there's obviously been a little bit of changeover over there right now, but just pass it along to have them produce a list of the positions that are up for election this time around and how many
Sure.
on each board or committee.
Sure.
Thank you much. Next on the agenda, Rockland firefighters to be recognized for bravery through the Massachusetts 2020 Firefighter of the Year Awards program. Rich Furlong, Senior, Captain Jesse Fricker, and firefighter Mike Tracy. Jen?
Thank you. So this is an award issued by the Governor's Office and the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security, recognizing outstanding acts of heroism and bravery, as recommended by Chief Duffy and noted by the chairman. Captain Jason Fricker, firefighter Michael Tracy, and firefighter Richard Furlong were recognized as Fighter Fires of the Year for their actions on January 2nd of 2020, where they responded to a 5-alarm structure fire at 20 East Water Street and saved the life of a 30-year-old female. And if not for their valiant efforts during that incident, it is very likely that would have been a fatal fire. Unfortunately, there's no in-person ceremony at the State House as there typically is due to COVID, but to be determined at a later date, there will be a virtual ceremony with the governor. So congratulations, and of course, many thanks to those 3 individuals.
So I'll just open that up to members of the board. If anybody has any comments or questions in regards to this honor. Mr. Ryan.
I was very fortunate enough to go to the last award ceremony where our firefighters were honored for saving another person on, can't think of the name of the street, where they went up on the ladder and took somebody out the front window. This one was even more harrowing than that rescue was. And these 3 firefighters should be commended for a great job. And it's always an honor to get it recognized by the governor of any state to recognize the firefighters and the police department for the jobs that they do, but this is specifically for firefighters, and they do a very good presentation, and it was very nice, the last one, and I expect this one to be too.
Thanks, Larry. Anybody else?
Yeah, if I could, Mr. Chairman, I just also want to actually echo all the comments of Larry, and I remember the fire. In hearing about it and what Captain Fricker did, in the efforts of firefighter Tracy especially, I just want to thank them, for what they did, for their bravery. We have an all-star fire department here in Rockland. And the chief actually noted in the application in the submittal, but that this, I believe, is firefighter Tracy's, actually his second honor. And he was honored as a firefighter of the year, I believe, back in 2008 as well. And it just really speaks to the fact that we have a top of the line fire department. I believe last year it was. There was a whole nother shift of firefighters who were honored. In our public safety in Rockland is second to none. And I just want to, I want to thank firefighter Furlong. I want to thank Captain Fricker, and I want to thank firefighter Tracy, for all their work, their efforts, and really everything they do for our town, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else? Any comments?
Yeah, I just echo the same. In this fire department, police department, public safety, they really are at the top of the list. They do a tremendous job. The town is very lucky to have the team that we have in place, both with the firefighters and with the police. And I just want to say thank you once again. We talk about this. There seems to be a lot of thank yous to the fire and the police because of the job that they do, the training that they receive, the dedication that they have to the town. So I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Rich. Ms. Nyman, anything?
I'll echo what my fellow colleagues have said as well. But I mentioned a few months ago when we had the firefighter day here in Rockland, when we recognized our fire department, I made mention that year after year, our firefighters are always getting awarded by the governor for their acts of heroism and bravery. So I just want to say thank you for all you do. Congratulations to these three individuals. It really speaks volumes to the fire department that we have here in Rockland. So thank you and keep up the great work.
Yeah, just following up on what everybody else said. If anybody in the general public gets an opportunity to read the description of what the chief submitted, is really an unbelievable act of heroism by that crew that day. They just happened to hear a soft moan when they were at the window of the building that was on fire, the 3-decker building. And they, without hesitation, they went in and they were able to rescue the 30-year-old. I think a lot of times people look at, small town fire departments and they don't take into account that they do the same stuff that they do in the city, that they do have fires, and that it's not just, responding to, ambulance calls or anything like that, or car accidents, but they do risk their lives every time that they go out. And this is now the second year in a row that we've got a group of firefighters being honored for acts of heroism. And we talk about it all the time about the public safety in our town and how proud they make us. And here's another example from last year. And just like to congratulate all of them and recognize the department in general for just the training and allowing them the tools to have that wherewithal in that high pressure situation. So Chief Duffy and the rest of your team, and the firefighters involved, congratulations. Thank you for making us proud. All right, next on the agenda, open session minutes of December 15th, 2020.
I'll make a motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All those in favor, Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan,
Yes.
Mr. Mullin,
Yes.
and Mr. Penny.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. New business. Authorized snow and ice deficit spending per Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 31D. Jen?
Thank you. So on December 30th, the board received a request from Dave Taylor, Highway Superintendent, notifying the board that there is currently, well, as of December 30th, 2020, $22,104.50 in the snow and ice account, and has requested a vote of the board to authorize the highway department to deficit spend their snow and ice. This is a fairly routine request.
Make that motion.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor, Mr. Ryan,
Yes.
Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
Mr. Mullin,
Yes.
Mr. Penny,
Yes.
and myself. That's unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda, 2021 Selectmen Meeting Schedule. In the packet, I believe the first item is our schedule for 2021. Not a lot of changes. First and third Tuesday of every month. Obviously, if there's vacations that are coming up or whatever, just try to let us know. And if we have to move it, we can move it. I know sometimes in the summer we run into some vacations, and we just want to make sure that we have a quorum for the meeting. So, glancing at it now, I don't see anything crazy. I'll entertain a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen 2021 schedule.
I'll make a motion and I'll just say, have fun.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
Mr. Ryan,
Yes.
Mr. Mullin,
Yes.
Mr. Penny,
Yes.
and myself. That's unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda. Jen, any other new business not reasonably anticipated?
I do not have any.
Okay. Under old business, FY22 budget update if necessary. Anything?
No, for better or worse, at this time, we do not have any budget updates.
You said it, for better or worse. I don't know if that's good. Okay, moving on, COVID-19 assistance update, CPA Housing Assistance Program implementation update, and CDBG CV grant implementation update. Jen?
Thank you. So these are just quick updates on these two assistance programs. Relative to the CPA Housing Assistance Program, the town is expecting to execute a contract with NeighborWorks Housing Solutions out of Quincy next week to administer the program. Again, this will be a grant program for rental assistance to eligible households, and those households at or below 80% of the area median income. Because we'll have approximately $70,000 to expend for this assistance in order to leverage additional funds and make it accessible to more families than not. It will be used as a one-time supplement to households who have received additional funds, so RAFT or IRMA funding. And I think we've discussed those at previous meetings. Those are state rental assistance programs. So they're finding that some households, and just to back up a bit, NeighborWorks is currently working with Rockland households and the rental assistance programs through RAFT and IRMA, but they're realizing that some families might have a gap in those awards that would allow them an additional 6 months time. So this will essentially be gap funding in that rental assistance program. And again, that'll allow us to leverage the money we have available to assist more households than not. And on the CDBG CV grant implementation, if you recall, that program is grant assistance program for micro enterprise assistance. So those are businesses of 5 employees or less, including the owner, as well as public social services. On the public social services, those are anticipated to begin this month, and that will provide meals to seniors and veterans out of Rockland's Council on Aging. And then a lottery has been held for the micro enterprise assistance. Rockland has had 7 Rockland businesses apply. 2 of those businesses are currently undergoing eligibility review. The program has not been without complications, and that's not specific to Rockland. It's been very difficult for the administering either municipalities or agencies to verify and document losses that resulted from COVID. And so between HUD, the Department of Housing and Community Development, and the administrators, they've been diligently, but unfortunately somewhat slowly, working through the process. But the upshot is that we have had 7 businesses apply, and hopefully they will all receive funding if proven eligible. And for any businesses who missed the lottery and are still interested in applying, they should do so. The information for the micro enterprise assistance is on the town's website. There is a separate pot of money that's been set aside, and right now that wait list for those funds is where any current applicants would go. And that is the updates on those 2 programs. I don't know if there are any questions from the board.
Anybody have any questions? Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I don't have any questions, but I just want to thank you, Jen, in terms of all your efforts on these. I mean, I think ever since the pandemic began, you all have been laser focused on these things. And I think and I hope the impact that they have on residents in terms of housing, and the help for businesses, I think is huge. And I just want to thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I'd be remiss without acknowledging the work of community opportunity groups and a number of agencies, Council on Aging, Youth Commission, really across the departments on these important issues. So thank you, though.
Thanks, Jen.
All right. Let's see. Any other old business not reasonably anticipated?
I don't have any.
All right. Here you go, Jen. Town administrators report and correspondence.
I have 4 items for the board. One is just a quick COVID update. So Rockland unfortunately remains in the red. I think last count was nearly 2/3 of the Commonwealth shares that designation, unfortunately. As we know, we're in a surge, possibly a surge upon a surge. Right now, the last reporting period was December 20th through January 4th. There are a total of 232 active COVID cases in the town of Rockland. 220 of those are active residential cases, and 12 are at rehab, the rehabilitation facility in Webster Park. Also related to COVID is just a brief update on vaccinations. The state and the Department of Public Health has issued a tiered system in terms of releasing vaccinations. I believe there are 3 tiers. The first tier is the current focus, and that includes first responders, so police and fire. Rockland is a member community of a consortium with Brockton Hospital. Brockton Hospital will be storing the vaccines. The Rockland Fire Department will be actually administering the vaccinations, and that's expected to occur the week of January 18th. And again, that will be available to the entire Rockland Police and Fire departments. And actually, I'll pause it to see if there are questions on either of those.
Anybody have any questions on that? Jen, are there any plans for the vaccines being available to the general public?
Not at this time. We were on a call this afternoon with the Lieutenant Governor and the Assistant Commissioner, DPH, and the hesitant anticipated date for vaccination for the general public was April. And I think it's been fairly consistent. Late spring, mid to midsummer is when we should expect those available. There has been some pushback that the rollout has been slower than anticipated, but they are working diligently, I have no doubt, in getting these vaccinations out the door.
Okay. Thank you.
One other update on the Senior Center and Veterans Office, just to let the board and community know that both offices will be closed through Friday of this week. There will be no grab and go lunches. However, Meals on Wheels will continue. There'll be 2 deliveries, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. And those will be double deliveries. So although the center is closed this week, they won't miss a beat with delivering Meals on Wheels. And then on a positive note, Rockland has received an additional community development block grant. This is an FY20 award, so we're kind of all over the place on fiscal years in terms of awards and budgets. So it might sound a little delayed, and it is. But it is an award for $729,000, and that will allow Rockland to continue its housing rehabilitation program. And this round of funding also includes approximately $250,000 for a window modernization project at Studley Court. So that's pretty exciting. It will replace all the windows in the residential units. And again, I want to thank Community Opportunities Group for putting that successful application together. And that is all I have to report on this evening.
Thank you, Jen. Next on the agenda, Selectmen's comments. Comments and opinions expressed by individual members do not necessarily reflect the views of the Board of Selectmen and are opinions and comments of only the individual member. Mr. Mullen.
Yeah, like I just want to mention at the outset, you mentioned, or actually Jen mentioned, that nomination papers are available beginning tomorrow. And I just really, I want to encourage everyone to think about running, and to get involved in the town, whether it's, and when it's, and whether it is running for our board, for the school committee, for the planning board, wherever your interest is, we need people. And we need good people who care and want to do it for the right reasons. And we have a lot of, we have a lot of things happening right now. We have a lot of transitions happening. And if anyone is interested, in getting involved, reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk about my experience. Some good, some bad, generally all positive. But yeah, it's our town, it's our community, and we need to be involved, because if we're not, God only knows what'll happen. So I just encourage people, to think about running, think about getting involved and going from there.
Thank you, Mike. Mr. Penny.
I do not have any comments this week.
Wow.
Wow. Mullen calling you out. Mr. Ryan.
Well, I want to just mention a few people that passed recently. Jimmy Swire, Jerry DeMeo, she had the big parade through town and stuff, the bus driver. Those are important people that have many friends in Rockland. And I want to express our sorrow to the family of Joe Angie. He passed away recently the other day as I went by that area. And, he was a Marine, served 2 tours of duty. Wasn't always a perfect town resident, but he put himself forward, and I got to know him over the years, and he wasn't a bad guy. He just had, some issues left over from the war. So anyway, those 3 people will be missed, and I had the occasion to stop up to Town Hall today, and it's just so refreshing to see that our team is always there. Working. Biz, has got her desk full of stuff that's showing positive results for the town. And Jen, you were there today with Stacy, and it's really refreshing. We're not around, so I mean we're normally up to Town Hall 2 or 3 times a week to see what's going on, to talk to people, and we don't get to, and it's so nice to be able to go there and see that the whole place is functioning like we designed it, and that's because we have a real good professional team that got their ducks not only lined up in a row, but lined up by alphabetically by height, which is like we always did in high school. So it's just good to know that we don't you know, I'm not worried as a selectman what's going on in our town because A, we're well informed. B, we're definitely well taken care of because the people that we have are aces. And that includes all our elected officials too, who are running their offices with people that are there, not there, working from home, doing all the business they have to do. And just the results, and I want the people of Rockland, just the results of all their efforts of keeping the town of Rockland way above where we could be. And you know, something, they're doing a great job. And if you see anybody or you get to thank them, please make sure that you express your thanks to any of them, and that goes from the top to the bottom. And because everybody's doing a great job. And with that, I'll get off my soapbox again, you know? I'm getting to be an old guy. I have to have my words now.
Getting to be an old guy. Okay, thanks, Larry. Ms. Nyman,
Do not have any comments tonight. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
and I am also commentless. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. And do I have a second?
Second,
Second,
All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, Mr. Mullen,
Yes.
Mr. Penny,
yes.
Mr. Ryan,
yes.
Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
and myself. That concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you. Good night.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
Great night. Be safe.